Good morning. We are heading off this morning, right now. It's going to be hard to leave. I mean, look at this water. It is just insane. I can't stop staring at it. It's so beautiful. Like the clearest water I think I've ever seen. Crazy. But nonetheless, we have to leave at some point. So we're going to go to an anchorage just literally, I think it's 7 miles away. Where there's a aeroplane wreck from World War II on the bottom, and you can dive on it. It's 8 meters deep, so I don't think I'll be able to get anywhere down there, but apparently the water's so clear that you can see it from the surface. So we're going to go and see if we can anchor, and then we're going to find somewhere to call home tonight. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good day, another good day in Greek paradise.
I'm Terysa, this is Nick, and this is Ruby Rose 2, our floating home. If you want early access and ad-free videos, plus loads of other benefits, please consider joining our Patreon community. And for additional lifestyle and technical content, including exclusive podcasts, sign up to our Substack newsletter. Otherwise, please consider subscribing to our channel and leave a comment because we love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this episode.
All right, we're up.
Good morning, Ruby Roses. It's a Monday, I believe. The clearest water we've ever been in. Ever. Like, yeah. I remember the Bahamas as being insanely clear, but that was just nuts. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Apparently we're going to try and anchor near a plane wreck from the wall. But the anchorage is a bit sketchy, so I may just bypass that. The last time we tried to anchor for a lunch stop, the mooring buoy came off its axis.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, exactly. So.
This behind me is the island. Oh, hang on, where are we going? This behind me is the island that we are aiming for. It's only about 7 miles away. Very close. So quick motor, and then we'll try and find somewhere to anchor near this plane wreck because I really would love to see it. I think I could count like 6 masts in there plus this super yacht, so fairly busy. We'll see if we can find somewhere to anchor. We just want somewhere to spend like a couple of hours. Doesn't need to be long.
Just the buzz of the water maker. So, beautiful bay. We don't have a stern line for the shore, which everyone else has. In fact, the Fontaine Pajots have got 2, which is clever. 1 from each bow, 2 anchors.
1 for each stern.
1 for each stern, exactly that. So we're going to swing around. So Terysa is going to go and dive to show you the wreck, and I'm going to make sure that we're pointing in the right direction by staying on board.
We also haven't put all that much chain out. How much chain did we put out?
35.
35 in like 12 meters. So yeah, there's not a breath of wind. But yeah, probably best for someone to stay on board. So I'm the lucky person who's going to go and have a look at the aeroplane.
Have fun, take lots of pictures.
I don't think I've taken this dinghy by myself since Thailand.
Right, off you go.
Hi.
Goodbye, have fun. Be careful. Okay, so yeah, the stern moorings, having a line to take to shore and a big line, pretty useful. I would suggest at this point that you probably need about, I'd say 50 meters of polyprop floating line, cheap line, because it's going to chafe through, and I'd probably suggest that you also have a piece of hose pipe just to prevent chafe. Anyway, she's off to see what looks like a small German fighter plane, and I'm going to sit here and listen to some Bob Dylan.
Alrighty, I made it. Let's go see this thing. Wow.
Your turn.
No.
No, honestly, I'll drive you.
I don't want to. I'm alright, love.
It is so cool. It's so cool.
Alright, hang on a minute.
So the group of islands that we are cruising currently and that you can see behind me here are called the small Cyclades. That's the kind of term given to this small little group of islands just south of Naxos and just north of Santorini, or northeast of Santorini. I'll provide a map here for you so you know where I'm talking about. We were told to kind of focus on this area. We don't have time, unfortunately, to be exploring all of the Cyclades this year. We may well do that next year, but we were told to perhaps just focus on this small area because apparently these islands are less frequented by tourists. They're a bit harder to get to. Lots of little villages, lots of kind of relatively empty bays. They're all really close together. There's loads of anchorages here. You know, just a quick look at Navali shows that there's just around almost every corner there's a beautiful anchorage. The water clearly is gorgeous. The islands themselves are quite small, so you know, things are within walking distance. So yeah, I just thought that this is where we'd be focusing our time while we're here before we start heading back towards the Dodecanese and then to Turkey. So that's our overall plan for the season, just as an FYI. And the bay that we are aiming for, I believe, is just a short-ish walk to the village, and as we've mentioned already, we are running very, very low on food. Winds picked up just as we came into the anchorage. One boat in here, so hopefully we'll find somewhere to anchor. There are some submarine cables apparently, so we need to watch out for them. It looks like we're holding. How many meters do we have out?
26.
All right.
I'll put out a few trees, I'll just put out 5 more.
Okay. As long as this anchor's on sand, it seems to be happy. And that is of course in stark contrast to multiple issues we had when we were in Thailand and Malaysia, where we just couldn't seem to trust our anchor at all. So yeah. So we're running the water maker actually. That's what I wanted to tell you guys because I thought it was interesting. We are at 80% capacity for our water tank. So our water tank level's at 80%, which is great. What was it this morning, Nick? Like 40? Yeah. So we were able to fill it up within, how long have you been running this thing for? Like 3 hours maybe? 4 or 5 hours, okay. But you know, we can run it indefinitely during the day. Obviously we motored this morning, so we arrived at this anchorage about 2 hours ago with full batteries. But since then, we are still at 100% battery capacity, and we're putting in 15 amps. And that's even with the water maker running. That's correct, isn't it? If it says 14 amps going in, then that is the net amount.
Yes.
Yeah. How much does the water maker draw? Do you happen to know?
I think it's about 12 amps. So it's equivalent to 24 amps on a 12 volt system.
Because we're on a 24 volt.
Yeah.
Actually, shall we do some laundry since we've got loads of power? Maybe we should. Yeah, I'm going to do some laundry. We think our washing machine takes up about, or uses up about 20% of our water tank capacity. How many litres does that equate to, Nick?
I think I read that it's like a 34 litre cycle.
The 34 litre cycle. That doesn't equate to 20% of our water tank. How come every time I do a load of laundry, it seems to drop?
Because there's not enough data put in by James as to the...
It just, yeah. Our water, in fact, all of our tankage, it doesn't drop, how can I describe this? It drops in kind of large dips rather than kind of gradually. Nick says there's not enough data put in, so 1 minute it will be 80%, the next minute it will be 60%. Well, laundry's on. I'm going to crack on with my editing, and that's it. That's our afternoon.
Good morning, Ruby Roses. We have to move this morning. We've got some wind coming in. Now, the Meltemi is about to blow, apparently. Now, the problem we have is that we use two forecasting software packages. One is Windy, the other is Predict Wind, and they use a variety of different forecasting models. And the forecasting models don't really tally up. So we are going to move to an anchorage this morning, which isn't that far away, which will give us protection from one of the wind directions. We may have to move again. How far is the other anchorage?
Oh, they're all like a few miles away.
Okay, so we may have to move if the wind sets in from a different direction. But we're just going to bring it, haul anchor, and then set off.
Yeah, it's looking like the weekend might be pretty windy, more windy. That's just the nature of sailing in Greece. The Meltemi is a constant presence in our lives. Let's raise anchor and head on over. We've got a heady sail of I think 2 miles today. So yeah, very short, very sweet. Hopefully very simple. I think that the next couple of days it's going to be like a little bit windy, but not too bad. We can still move around and it's not going to be terrible. But apparently, so it's Tuesday today, apparently the weekend it's going to be very, very windy. So we're going to have to put some thought into where we're going to be on the weekend if the forecast holds up, which it may not. It may change. It's only, it's 5 days out. It may change. But we wanted to start making our way back towards the Dodecanese probably in about a week. So we're just going to have to give some thought as to where to hide out from the Meltemi, because you can be port bound or stuck in the anchorage for 3-4 days plus. So you want to make sure that it's a good place to be. Slowly trying to wrangle some water into the inside of the boat, which is looking a bit messy for a while there. We turned the couch into a day bed, which we do enjoy doing for our little movie nights. We're watching Masters of the Air at the moment, which I'm giving a 3 out of 5, and 2 of those stars is for the cinematography and 1 is for the the actual flying, aircraft, technical stuff, which I have no idea about, but I actually quite enjoy. I think 3 out of 5 is actually very generous. Anyway, yeah, it's a bit too generous. Okay, 2.5 maybe. 2. We've just got a boat coming up behind us there. Haven't even finished the dishes yet and we're already here. This looks very pretty, as per usual. No surprise there. So we just want to try and anchor on the north side of the bay if possible, because that's where we get most protection. Otherwise there's an excess, I think. Veneto is excess. Yeah, or what about just behind the excess? The excess. Why can't I say that word?
Okay, I need you to go forward and see where the sand is.
Okay. Looks a bit patchy, but I think we'll be all right. There's some sand right under us now, if you wanted to kind of, yeah. I think it's seagrass over sand. Really hoping I don't drop this camera. That's why I normally do this with the Osmo. Okay, I think we're holding now, a bit close. There we go. I think we might have just dragged a little bit before digging in. Yeah. Just ended up a bit close to this guy. How much more chain are we going to put out?
I have 30 out in 8. I need to drop back 10.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we're anchored. We're anchored in. I'm just going to run through this with you because actually I'm going to explain my choices to you, or our choices. Where you stop to drop your anchor, you put a waypoint down, then you always know where your anchor is and know what depth you're in. As I've said before, the Navionics charts have sonar readings on, which means you don't just get the 10 and the 5 and the 20 contour lines. You get every meter, which makes it's a really useful addition.
And can I just ask, have you found that to be accurate?
It's crazy accurate, yeah, crazily accurate. There's sonar readings. Anyway, so that was done. So we picked a spot to anchor, which is always going to be. Now, firstly, is it going to give us protection? I'm going to just go on deck and show you my rationale for this. We have winds coming in from different directions, and those directions generally would be north, but there will also be west in it. So if I give you an unobstructed view of what we have chosen, we are in a bay, and the bay is protected all the way across. The second point is, what is the bay open to? Now I'm going to show you over there, and you may just be able to see this. There is no open transit to open sea. That is the island we've come from. So there's hopefully not too much fetch. There's also a small line of kind of rocks underwater, a little shallow reef that will give us hopefully protection from swell. There's only an open transit over there, but everything that we've got wind coming from, every direction, we're protected from it. So hopefully that will work. We have 45 meters out in 8. We're dug in pretty hard. All I would say is that while this anchor is not the best in Thai waters, here, if it finds sand, if it does find sand, it is just invaluable. It just goes straight in and bites. And actually what I would say to you is that having someone on the bow looking over for sand patches does make things really, really easy. So that's a little tip for you. So yeah, so we've got protection from about 330 degrees. We also will need to go and provision over there. Apparently there's a shop somewhere over there, and hopefully there's a restaurant and a bar, and that should make our life complete. It's nice to feel settled and hopefully secure here. So yeah, let's just see how many other people turn up over the next couple of days.
So Nick's gone ashore to go to find a mini market to try and get some food because otherwise I have no idea what we're going to have for lunch. But yeah, what an incredible place. And I feel like we say this every single time we visit somewhere new. This is just a beautiful, beautiful bay. Otherwise, I've just got a bit of a work day today, but I also want to get some cleaning done because the boat is quite dirty and messy. It doesn't take long living on a boat. Everything gets quite dirty and messy very quickly. So yeah.
I went into the shop. There's only 2 shops.
Yeah.
They have almost no fruit and vegetables fresh. And I said to her, I said, when is the next stuff coming in?
Yeah.
She said 3 days. There's no fresh produce for 3 days.
There's literally no fresh produce for 3 days.
Well, that's the low point. I'll go to the high point. I went to the bakery and I found yogurts for you.
Hey.
Also, another high point for you.
What?
These 2 massive fruit gatos that I found for you for your afternoon tea, because I know the animal likes a fruit afternoon tea. There you go. That's for you. Also, a fresh spanakopita, because I know you like a morning snack. I did find some potatoes, and then I can do those in the barbecue. 3 tomatoes.
Okay.
They are fresh. 1 aubergine.
Okay.
Which is good. Oat milk. Almond milk.
Yeah.
I bought carrot juice only because I like the bottle, and we need to go out with a bottle with us that we refill. Capers for the tax salad. Salami for your pizza.
A lemon.
And then this. And then that's that.
Okay.
And then I went to another shop. This is a peacock flavoured drinks holder. Here is a miniature flamingo one. All to be used while I'm floating around in my pineapple ring.
Okay.
But there's some really nice coffee shops and bars and tavernas up there, so it may be nice. I think we'll have to go up there later.
Yeah, okay.
Or tomorrow, or whenever. But you need to get up there early.
Or late.
Or late, yes.
No, this is too big for those cup holders, isn't it? You didn't think this through, did you? I'm going to get you a Bunnings hat. There you go. Alright, we've had our Aperol Spritz and we are now going to go ashore and have some dinner. Why haven't we never thought of this before? Nick put the camera into an empty beer glass.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And if you enjoyed that episode, we'll be back next week with some more shenanigans sailing around BC Clay Days. So give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.